Hi, welcome to Get Personal with Finance. Today I have a question on what's the best investment app to use. So by the way, these questions are funny. Let me answer it by, I don't think any investment apps are great to use for investing, in my opinion. Because, yeah, that's my candid answer. If you're using an investment app, it's because you have already used like a full, like some type of trading platform that really helps you. Like you need a full computer screen, you need research, you need technical data, you need a checklist, you need to be able to view various indicators. On an app, you just cannot do that. And I get this fascination with apps because they made it so easy and frictionless to trade, but you have to understand, and let's kind of be critical, right? And about it, these apps, how do you think they make money? They make money on making it easy for you to trade because they make money on how much trade you do, right? Like it's called the order flow, that's where they make money, but they make it so the more transactions you do, the more money they make, that's where they make their money. And so they want to make it enticing. So if you look at a lot of these apps that, I don't use any of them, but I've seen my clients, show them to me, the way the numbers, the font, is it bolded, like how it moves, there's green and red, and how things are triggered and how things are set up and aligned. It just triggers you to do something with your account. And that's not investing. That's like gambling and speculating, that's trading. That's not the idea. You want to look at an account that doesn't have all these things that are designed to trigger you to do some type of trading. When it comes to investing, think of it as almost like if you drive in a car and like to go from one place to another, and let's say it's like a 50-minute drive. Let's say there's like 5 lanes, right? When you're driving, you've probably seen one of those people that, they change lane back and forth so they can kind of go faster. Well, if you ever try that yourself, you realize you're not going that much faster. Matter of fact, by doing that, you're risking, car accident, and you put more wear and tear in your car as well too. And those people that are doing that, normally the guy who's just on one lane will eventually catch up to that person anyway. So the flow of traffic, it's kind of like what the market is doing, with the indexes, how the indexes are performing is the flow of the traffic. So by switching things back and forth, you're just creating more headache for yourself, and it just triggers more of your emotions to then do what? Like become more reactive. It's not good. Apps are not designed to help you invest. They're designed to trigger you emotionally, to change lanes, to move from things back and forth. And by doing that, majority of the time people lose money. So then they do make money, and not just that, but it doesn't help with your emotions. So think of it as like, let's compare it to like a casino, right? A casino, they make money by the more hands you play. So they know statistically that the more you play at a particular game, let's say their odds are they're 51 and you're 49, or it can be the other way around, but generally it's like there's this 51% chance they will beat you and you're 49. Just know eventually the more hands you play, it will be in their favor. So they want to keep you there for as long as possible by bringing you drinks, by making the chairs comfortable, by making the person build rapport with you or something to just keep you there and play as much as possible. So by doing that, the more hands you play, and the more emotional you get, because remember we talked about this, high emotions, low intelligence, right? The more emotional you are, the less likely you would think smartly or logically, and the more you would play towards your emotion, and that's where they win. So when you're investing, the idea of investing is you want to get a full, like you don't have to get a full setup, but at least use a computer with a full app. I'm not endorsing anyone out there, but there are plenty that gives you research data, that gives you good charts. You have a checklist that you go through. And by the way, like one of my big tips is if you're investing, you need and you must have a checklist. If you don't, it's hard for you to control your emotions, because having a checklist will tell you, like, okay, it will help you make better decisions, because you can filter the stock based on if you're swing trading, if you're trading for long term, if you're investing for long term. It just helps you better control your emotions. And if I can sum it up, investing, what you have to be really good at is controlling your emotions. Reading the charts, the technicals, data is very easy. Anybody can do that. But what's really hard, and it takes experience and expertise to do, and years to not master, but years to be comfortable with, let's start with that, is your emotions. And so where I see my clients go wrong, and where I see when I go wrong with a lot of my trading, it has to do with just me not managing my emotions correctly. Or I don't follow my checklist, or I miss something on my checklist because I was in such a rush or something. Yeah, don't make that mistake. But I guess let's start with that. And professionally, trading apps are not meant for people to make money. Ask yourself this question: are casinos designed to give out as much money as possible? Are casinos designed to do that? Clearly not. They're designed to take money in, right? From like 9.9% out of 10 people, they're designed to take money from people, not to give money away to people. And you think the stock market, let me ask you that basic question. Do you think the stock market is designed to give money to retail investors? Like, just think about that. It's where you put money in and the stock market is designed to give you a lot of money back. No, it isn't. It's designed to enrich those who are very good with understanding how Wall Street works, how the system works, how people are emotional, how things can be, I guess, structured, manipulated, however you want to call it. It's designed to enrich, not retail investors, let's just put it that way. And to make things worse, in my opinion, with these apps, is that they make it where it's even easier for you to lose money and to be distracted and to be misled, or where it's reacting very fast to your emotions, and it doesn't cause for you to slow things down and just go over what you're researching or doing. It just doesn't do that. So just understand that coming in, is that, like, just like the casinos are not designed to give out money to their guests, Wall Street is not designed to just make ordinary people rich. It really isn't. It's designed for people that really know how the setup is done, and all of those things, with just generalizing, for those folks to make money. So just understand that. So that means you need to be very serious. You need to be very committed to learn investing and to learn about stocks, bonds, how they behave. And know this: a company like us, you may like the company, but the stock totally sucks, right? Or the company totally sucks, but the stock is amazing and it's doing really well. And again, it can do well maybe for that time frame, but after that it just tanks, right? So there's a lot of moving parts there. So this is not the place for, people think that, right? Because you hear stories of success all the time. Oh, somebody opened up a whatever app and they put money in and they triple their money or quadruple their money, and they're like, oh my God, I can do it too. Similar to like the casino example of like, oh my God, when you go to the casino, all you hear about are winning stories, right? Because that's the idea. They sell you the glitz and glamour, and just watch any of those commercials, right? They sell you that. But you and I both know that's so far from the truth. It's sickening. So just understand that, I'm just giving you that perspective so you cannot just take it at face value. But again, if you want to be good, it takes time. It takes a lot of reading and learning, and it helps to get a coach or find someone who's really good to help you. And this, I'm going to say it, YouTube videos is not going to do it for you. Because again, the emotions are very raw and real. You need to have someone to help you with just dealing with the emotions, and not just that, but give you really technical things, because YouTube videos and all these things will not and whatever out there on the internet, we're not going to teach you that. The companies that do, just realize this, they make money on selling you the program. They don't actually make a lot of money doing the trading themselves. The mass majority, they don't make money by the tools they sell you. Well, they make money by the tools they sell you in the programs. They don't actually make it themselves. It's kind of sad, but that's their business, right? Is to entertain and to get you to buy these things. But again, there's no quick fixes. There's no quick magic bullet out there that's gonna make you money. So if you already believe that, you're gonna learn the hard way. So yeah. So going back to that my simple answer to that is that there's none. Don't be using trading apps to be investing. That's just foolish. And just know that, again, you're being preyed to Wall Street, just like you're being a sucker of a casino, giving you all these comps and free meals and free anything to attract you to their casino so you can play their games and things like that, and stay there and eat their food. And they'll continue to offer you these deals because why? Like, why would these casinos do that? Well, one, they know they're going to make money off you. That's obvious. But what they're trying to do, like these apps, etc., is to make it addicting, to make it easy for you. How the notification pops up on your phone, it consumes you. So like these casinos, they do that because they are helping you create a very bad habit of you going to the casino, playing games, learning about, and just being, in an exciting environment, because the casino is very exciting, right? There's all the glitz and glamour and the lights and everything. Yeah, they're comping your room, they're doing all that so you can feel comfortable being there. And not just that, but they're helping you create a really bad habit. And you and I both know when you have a habit, it takes months or many days to break a habit, if you can at all, right? So it's very dangerous. On gaming apps, it's very obvious that they sucker you in, and a lot of, I feel bad saying this, but well, I guess it's the nature of YouTube, but there are a lot of YouTubers that are promoting these trading apps, and they get free apps, and I mean, they get free stocks. That's sad to me, and as a professional, that is cancerous and just really bad, because again, you're giving people that are not really professional investors or those who have a mindset of an investor, but more of a mindset of a gambler and someone who's just speculating stocks so they can feel sucked into their app ecosystem or whatever you call it. So then they can then add more money. Yeah, and then trade more, because that's where they make money, is by transaction. And then they just gonna eventually, most likely, will lose their money because they're not getting real good information. I guess what I'm saying is the, similar to like casinos where they give you free nights, actually, I had a personal experience. I was at the Hilton Hotel in Las Vegas, and they gave me $25 in chips to play. And I'm wondering, God, why are they so generous? Well, obviously, when they give you money, you have to use those chips to play to win anything, to even get that. So that creates a habit, that triggers you to go to the casino floor and then to be engaged, and then, that's where they rope you in. So when these apps that are giving you these free stocks, they come with strings attached, and then they get you to connect your bank account and make it very easy to transfer money. And then before you know it, you're FOMOing, you're missing out because you compare to your peers, or you hear some news about somebody becoming a millionaire or making a lot of money in the market, and then you go and you gamble your money too. That's basically what you're doing, because you're purely speculating without thoughtful research and a checklist and proper analysis, sizing, positioning. You're not doing any of that, right? Like, yeah, or the person is not. And so that's kind of where it's sad, is I see so many of my clients that try it. It's just all horror stories. It's really bad. Or their kids try it, and eventually, guess what? They give it all back to the market, right? So for example, like these YouTube influencers, or the way they market, it just seems very nonchalant, like, and maybe their viewers think that way too, when they're putting a couple $100 and they're like, oh, it's okay if I lose it. Well, try trading for a while and then actually losing a couple $1,000, and then let's see how they actually feel, right? It's the emotions are really, yeah, they get you to think very nonchalant, but until you actually experience a loss, a full loss of any large amount, then you realize, oh my God, I just lost $500. That's like, that's like the season tickets to, my favorite whatever sports team. That's like a PlayStation. That's like, a couple college books. That's me don't having to work for like, a whole week. So those emotions become like, they don't talk about those emotions, but at first you think, oh, it's not a big deal. Oh, it is. Like if you're thinking that right now, you're not, yeah, you haven't gone through loss. Again, be very cautious and be very careful how they make it seem like investing is something fun, nonchalant, and it's just good, and that you're young, you can afford to make it up. I can tell you when you're younger, losses hit you harder when you're older. I can tell you with my finances, when I lose money, I'm okay. But like a small amount because I know how to size my positioning. But for your regular investor that's starting off, they're betting pretty big amount, like 500, and that's a lot to them. That's like a week's worth of pay. It becomes very real to them. Like driving Uber for 5 days and they just lost it all, right? Or it becomes very real. So yeah, again, investing should not be taken lightly. It should be something that's taken seriously, just like if you're gonna build your body, right? Like fitness, it takes training, it takes consistency, going to the gym, it takes research, it takes dieting. There's all these components, right? Like, yeah, like to build your body, it's not just lifting weights, right? It's when you do it, the time of the day. It's what type of exercise you're doing, what type of dieting you're doing. And then you can get even more technical in terms of like, you gotta make sure you sleep well. Like there's all these things that there's all these, you see all these variables. It's not as simple as swiping and putting a trade in and getting a notification and just putting it through. It's not. And that's where, your regular retail that never has any experience getting suckered into these programs or being promoted, boy, they're gonna lose they're gonna be emotionally frustrated. They're gonna lose a lot of time and money, and they'll just be kind of chasing their tails. And hey, they got a 2 free stock or 1 free stock or 10 free stock, whatever it is. And then they end up with a lot of misery. And yeah, so just be critical about it. So with that in mind, that's my candid response there. And anyways, hopefully that's helpful on your journey to get more personal with your finance. And please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.